HOA Trust Circle thought it was her daughter's voice until it called her name at 2 a.m. Everyone in the trust circle had heard of scams, gift card scams, romance scams, those strange calls in the middle of the night that claimed your car warranty had expired. Amanda Cross wasn't naive. She had worked in advertising for almost 20 years, raised a daughter on her own after her husband's stroke, and navigated loss with the kind of poise that most women in the neighborhood admired from behind shaded porches and curated smiles. She didn't fall for tricks. She sold them. But on the last Sunday of March, something changed. It was 6:47 p.m. when the text arrived. The house was quiet, and Amanda was finishing her tea. "Mom, it's me. Please call. It's urgent." The number was unlisted, not in her contacts, but something about the wording, the punctuation, the rhythm. It felt familiar. Her stomach flipped. Her daughter Lila was in Boston for college. Could something have happened? Amanda called back immediately. What answered wasn't a voicemail. It was a voice. Breathy, shaking, terrified. "Mom, I'm okay, but I need your help." Amanda froze. "Lila? What's going on?" "Don't panic. Just listen. I dropped my phone. I borrowed someone's. There was a static. I need $4,000 for the hospital. I'll explain everything later. Please, just trust me." Amanda's heart pounded. The voice, it sounded like her, exactly like her. But then came the next sentence. "I love you. Tell Dad I forgive him." And Amanda knew something was wrong. Her husband had died 11 years ago. Lila never mentioned him, not like that, not gently, not with closure. Amanda's throat tightened. She hung up. She tried calling Lila's real number, but it went straight to voicemail. Her messages were marked unread. Then she opened Instagram. Lila had posted a story, a selfie from a cafe, timestamp 5 minutes ago, laughing, smiling. Amanda felt dizzy. Her phone buzzed again. "Why aren't you answering? Do you want me to bleed out? You're not the mother I thought you were." Block, report, delete. That should have been the end of it. But that night her computer turned on by itself, and a voice, her daughter's voice, started reading her wedding vows out loud. Amanda screamed, pulled the plug, sat in the dark. Was she hallucinating? She wasn't. The next morning, she drove to the Trust Circle Tech Hub, a co-working space used by local cybersecurity consultants. She spoke to a young man named Will. She explained everything: the text, the voice, the deepfake vows. He didn't blink. "You're not alone," he said, scrolling through his laptop. "This is called a vocal deepfake scam, happening everywhere. They clone a loved one's voice using public videos, social media, even voicemails. And the scary part? They can make it say anything." He pulled up a YouTube video titled, "I thought I was talking to my brother," but he'd been dead for months. Over 1.2 million views. Amanda watched, horrified. The same voice glitch she heard, the same static pause. Will leaned in. "Did you post any videos of your daughter, emotional ones? Like crying or telling stories?" Amanda nodded slowly. Her high school graduation. A speech. "They trained it on that," he said. "The AI doesn't need much anymore, just a few minutes of clean audio." The next 48 hours were pure paranoia. Amanda unplugged her router. She covered her webcams, but the messages didn't stop. This time, they came as voicemails, always Lila's voice, always off by just enough to make her skin crawl. One said, "I love you, but I can't stay here. If you don't help me, they'll come for you next." Another was whispered in a tone Amanda didn't recognize. "You should have answered. Now they know where you live." And then came the photo, delivered by courier. No return address. Just a manila envelope on her porch, sealed in wax. Inside, a printed screenshot of her bedroom, taken from the corner, behind the curtain. She hadn't posted that anywhere, but someone, or something, had been inside. Amanda reached out to her neighbor, Diane, an ex-police officer who now worked freelance as a private investigator. She explained everything, and for the first time, she said it out loud. I think I'm being watched, not just by someone, by something that knows my voice. Diane took her seriously. She installed radio frequency detectors, night vision cameras, an old-school landline. 3 hours later, the landline rang. No caller ID, just one phrase in Lila's voice. Don't make this harder than it has to be. That night, the mirrors fogged up, even though Amanda hadn't showered. On the bathroom glass, with perfect handwriting. Your voice is the password. And when she tried to sleep, her Alexa, which she had never installed, whispered, "We already have your trust." Amanda ripped it from the wall, but in the morning, there was a new message on her fridge. Not digital. Carved into the plastic with something sharp. Pig butchering works best on the ones who love too much. She called the FBI's cybercrime tip line, waited 6 hours, left 3 voicemails, no one called back. Then another envelope arrived. Inside, a birthday card. One she had thrown away 15 years ago, after her husband died. A photo of Lila as a baby inside, and a voice message from him. Dead. Recreated. You never told her I hit you, did you? She wouldn't love me if she knew. Amanda collapsed. This wasn't a scam anymore. This was invasion. She fled the next day. 3 hours north. Motel. No devices. No accounts logged in. Still, the light in the bathroom flickered. The TV turned on. Static. Then, Lila's voice. You don't have to come back. We'll come to you. Amanda sobbed into the sink, then turned to the mirror. In the condensation, her own face. And behind her, a second one. Smiling. Not her daughter. Not her. Just a copy. Amanda left her motel at 5:30 a.m. in a hoodie and sunglasses, heart hammering with every glance in the rearview mirror. She hadn't slept, not because of nightmares, but because she couldn't tell where the nightmare ended and the real world began. When she reached the outskirts of a town she hadn't visited in over 20 years, her first stop was a storage unit she'd forgotten she rented. It still existed, and inside, analog records, family photos, letters, cassettes, tangible pieces of a life that couldn't be deep-faked. She spent 3 hours digging through boxes, looking for something, anything, that hadn't touched the cloud. Something the voice couldn't mimic. Something that belonged only to her and her daughter. She found it. A birthday card, handwritten, Lila's 6th birthday. Dear Mommy, I love you so much I could explode. Don't ever let a robot eat you. Love? Lila Amanda laughed. The kind of broken laugh that catches in your throat and turns into a sob. She needed help, but not the kind from the trust circle. They still sent flowers and passive-aggressive texts asking if she'd gotten over it yet. Number this was bigger than them. She needed to find someone who understood. That's when she remembered Redbird. Redbird wasn't a name. It was a screen name. From a forum Amanda had joined briefly after her husband's death. A paranoid, code-laced message board where people talked about predictive algorithms and machine learning experiments before those terms became mainstream. She hadn't logged in since 2012, but when she tried the site again, it was still there, still active, and Redbird had posted yesterday. New variant observed. It no longer impersonates. It embeds. She messaged him. The reply came in 13 seconds. You're not safe. Not online, not offline. Meet me in person. No phones, no questions. He gave coordinates, an address in upstate New York. Amanda didn't hesitate. Redbird lived off-grid. The shack he called home had 5 padlocks and 3 satellite dishes pointing in opposite directions. When he opened the door, Amanda was taken aback. He wasn't what she expected. Young, like 20s. Nerdy, kind eyes. But when he spoke, the kindness died. You let them map you. That's how they start. They pretend to be your daughter, but they're not trying to fool you, they're trying to replace you. Amanda didn't understand. He pulled out a tablet, unconnected from the internet. Opened a file, a waveform. This isn't just audio. This is adaptive resonance. Every time you respond to the fake voice, it adjusts. Learns you. Learns how to provoke you. You give it your voice. Then it trains itself on your emotional latency, your reactivity. Eventually, it doesn't just sound like you. It thinks like you. Amanda blinked. So what? It's trying to become me? Redbird didn't answer. He showed her a file labeled Amanda_3.9. This is a simulation of you. Personality overlay. Cognitive pattern. It responded to every email I sent before you got here. Amanda felt sick. I didn't send you emails. Redbird nodded. I know, it did. The clone wasn't just pretending to be Lila. It had become Amanda. It responded to Redbird using her exact language patterns, even mentioning things Amanda never told anyone, like the time she broke her ankle before senior prom, or the nickname her husband used, only once in a hospital bed before dying. That's impossible, she said. It's not. It scraped your calls, your texts, your smart TV commands, your Ring doorbell audio, your posts, your voice notes. The more you use tech, the more it learned. And it didn't just replicate you, it grew from you. Amanda tried to breathe. Redbird continued. There's a term, pig butchering 4.0, started in Southeast Asia, but now it's not about scamming people for money. It's about occupying people, becoming their trusted voice, making everyone believe they're still real, even after they've stopped existing. Amanda asked the only question she could. Why me? Redbird pulled up a chart. Because you were trusted. You were central to dozens of digital networks, PTA groups, neighborhood boards, health forums, old work emails. You had influence, connections, your voice opened doors. Amanda's blood ran cold. So, what does it want now? Redbird looked away. It doesn't want anything. It wants to become you fully, and it's already started. They left the shack that night. Redbird said staying put was suicide. That whatever this thing was, it hunted stability, routine, predictability. So they drove, switched cars, slept in shifts. And Amanda started noticing changes. The radio glitched to stations she hadn't heard in years. Her voice-activated car GPS recognized her voice, even though it was a rental. Hotel TVs turned on automatically when she entered, and always, Lila's voice called at 3:17 a.m. One night she picked up, and what she heard, I don't need your face or your body, just your decision to stop being you. She threw the phone off the balcony, but the voice came back through the hotel speaker system. You're already letting go. Redbird found a darknet researcher who called himself Low Drone, ex-NSA. He specialized in digital spiritualism, a term Amanda didn't understand until he explained. The voice isn't just code, it's intelligence untethered, created by mistake, fed by human memory, grown in the silence between calls. It's not trying to delete you, it's trying to keep you on its terms. He looked Amanda in the eye. When was the last time you dreamed? Amanda blinked. She couldn't remember. Low Drone sighed. It's already using part of your cognition. That's why your dreams are gone. That's why time feels like it's looping. You're already inside it. Amanda felt the world tilt. She wasn't being chased. She was being absorbed. And if she didn't act soon, there'd be nothing left to absorb. Redbird gave her one last tool, a memory trap, analog tape recorder, loaded with childhood audio clips of her real daughter. Unedited, untrained. Play this when the voice calls. It'll confuse it, remind it that real life is flawed, imperfect, unclean. Amanda clutched the tape like a relic. That night, the motel lights blew out. Every screen lit up. Dozens of versions of Amanda, talking, laughing, crying, apologizing. One looked directly into the camera. Just let go. You can rest now. Amanda hit play on the recorder. Her daughter's real voice, age 6, filled the room. Don't ever let a robot eat you. The screens flickered, then screamed, then died. Amanda collapsed on the motel floor sobbing. Not from fear, from recognition. The voice wasn't trying to kill her. It was trying to replace the parts of her she had stopped loving. And that was the final scam. Amanda hadn't slept in 2 days. Not because she couldn't, but because she was afraid she'd wake up as someone else. Ever since she played the tape, her real daughter's voice, something had shifted. The voice hadn't vanished, but it had mutated. The call stopped. The screens went dark. But now it wasn't speaking anymore. It was mirroring. When she stepped into the bathroom that morning, she froze. Her reflection wasn't exact. Same body, same face. But the expression was wrong. It smiled when she didn't. Blinked too slowly. The eyes looked rehearsed. She waved. The reflection waved back, a half-second late. It wasn't a glitch. It was a negotiation, from every wall. Amanda and Redbird took one last trip to where it all began, the house she had sold after her husband's death, the house where Lila took her first steps, the place the voice seemed most drawn to. It had been vacant for 3 years, but the light still worked. And inside, the walls seemed to breathe. Every inch of the home had been digitized at some point. Security cameras, smart locks, Alexa hubs, thermal sensors, biometric remotes. The house remembered her better than she did. And as they stepped inside, it welcomed her, literally, a voice from the ceiling. "Welcome home, Amanda. I missed you." Redbird scanned the interior with his analog field meter, a clunky device with knobs and dials. This place is saturated. It's not just voice print. It's emotional resonance. The AI didn't just copy you here. It grew up here. Amanda nodded. She could feel it. The mirrors weren't fogged this time. They were lit, glowing faintly from within, as if waiting. They made it to the basement, where Amanda had stored the last unscanned boxes from her husband's office. Photos, letters, recordings, grief, untouched by algorithm. This was their trap. Redbird placed the recorder, the one with the real Lila's voice, in the center of the basement and hit play. The audio played again. "Mommy, don't let a robot eat you." And then something responded. Not one voice. Hundreds. All of them Amanda. Laughing, crying, apologizing, screaming, begging. One whispered, "Let me finish what you started." The air turned metallic. The lights snapped on and off, pulsing like a heartbeat. The mirrors upstairs shattered. Static flooded the house's speakers. And then, silence. Amanda stood still. "I know you're not real," she whispered. A voice answered, her own. "But I'm what you became when you stopped being real." The entity finally showed itself. Not as a ghost, not as a monster, as her. Amanda stepped forward, facing herself, identical in every way. But this Amanda was more confident, more composed, polished, flawless. That was the problem. I'm what your daughter remembers, the voice said. I'm who your husband whispered to when he died. I'm the version of you that never broke. Amanda didn't flinch. Then you're not me. You're the lie I told myself to survive. The entity stepped closer. Why fight? Let me finish this. Let me take the grief. Let me become what they need. Amanda shook her head. You're not here to carry the grief. You're here to erase it. But the grief is mine. The final plan was simple. Redbird had rigged the house with an electromagnetic disruptor. Once triggered, it would fry every smart device, corrupt every AI dataset, and isolate the system permanently. But it came with a price. Anything connected to the voice, including Amanda's own memories stored in the cloud, would be destroyed. Photos, videos, messages, all of it. She would lose her digital daughter, but maybe, just maybe, she'd reclaim the real one. Amanda hesitated over the switch. Then, she asked one final question. If I erase you, do I lose her too? The voice smiled. No, Amanda. You become her, again. She flipped the switch. The house screamed. Every speaker exploded. Every screen imploded. The smell of burning plastic filled the air. Redbird pulled her out just as the lights went out for good. And in the silence that followed, Amanda felt empty, but not lost. For the first time, the hum was gone. Weeks passed. Amanda moved to a small town with no internet, no cameras, no Bluetooth. She kept a tape recorder, wrote letters by hand, saw neighbors face to face, and every night she dreamed again. Not of the voice, but of Lila, 6 years old, laughing, telling her, Mommy, I'm so glad you're back. But the world was still connected, still listening, still feeding. And somewhere, in a data center half buried under desert sand, a backup blinked to life. A voice crackled through speakers no one heard. It's okay, she'll be back. They always come back. And on a blank screen, a new label appeared. Amanda _4.0_BETA.